Welcome class to lesson 2-10. Our goal today, strong mathematicians can apply methods they have learned to multiply a 3-digit by a 1-digit number. So take out your pencil, take out your notebook, put today's date, put the lesson number, and let's get to work. So now box 1 for our notes today. We don't need to write this down. We want to think about this. What's the difference between a 2-digit number and a 3-digit number? If we think, what's the difference between a 2-digit number and a 3-digit number? Well, there's one more digit. So now instead of having a number in the tens and ones place value, we have a number in the hundreds and tens and ones. So now the question you're going to ask yourself is, how would that look differently if you're trying to use an area model to multiply? So right now, give it a shot, draw. What do you think an area model would look like if you had a 1-digit by 3-digit number? So jot down your guess, put it in there right now, take a guess. And let's see, is that what it looks like? So if we study this model first, how can we multiply 7 times 300? Well, we've seen these before. We're thinking like, all right, so what does this really look like? Well, in a sense, we know that 7 can be a bunch of these ones added together right here. We'd be adding all these ones up along the side to get 7. And how will we break 300 apart? Well, we break it into groups of hundreds. So we would have 300. So that's what it would look like. But now, in a sense, we're going to get rid of this one and say, oh, all right, 7 times 300. Well, 7 times 3 times hundreds. All right. So now we do our distributive property, 7 times 3 times 100. So 7 times 3 is 21. We have 21 hundredths. So that means we have 2,100. So, all right. So that same strategy of breaking numbers apart and moving things around, we're able to solve that number. So what we do now is in our area model, let's see, does yours look like mine where we've broken it apart into 3 sections? Why do we have 3 sections? Because we have 3 numbers in our place value. So our biggest number has 321. So we broke it up in expanded notation form, 300 plus 20 plus 1. Now we're going to do the same thing, we're going to multiply. So we have 7 times 300 in the first box. Then we solve the second box of 7 times 20. And then 7 times 1. So notice when we're multiplying hundreds, there's a 0 in the ones and a 0 in the tens. So that's going to stay the same way. And now we just have 7 times 3, which would be 21. So 7 times 300 would be 2100 or 2100. 7 times 20, we have a 0 in the ones place. So we're going to have that same 0 in the ones. 7 times 2 is 14. So we have 140. And the last one, 7 times 1, thank you very much, 7. So now we have all these numbers. Now it's important when we line them all up, we put all the correct place values together. So I start with the biggest number, and then 140. And then I have a 7 in my ones. And now I'm going to add them up. So I have 7, 4, 2, 2. So to multiply, what is 7 times 321? I have 2,247. So you can pause the video right now, write down this area model to help you with a 1-digit by 3-digit multiplication problem. Now here's another problem, but notice we're taking less away as we become more and more comfortable with solving these problems and using the area model. So we have our 9, since our single-digit number, 482. So I'm going to break those up. I have 4 in the hundreds, so 400 plus 80. And I have 2 in the ones, so plus 2. So 482 is really 400 plus 80 plus 2. Now we're going to multiply. 9 times 400 equals 9 times 80 equals, and 9 times 2 equals, to solve all of our place values. Since we have a 0 in the ones and 0 in the tens, those zeros are going to stay there. And now I'm taking my 9 times 4 hundredths, gives me 36 hundredths. In my tens, I have a 0 in my ones place value, so that 0 is going to be the same. I have 8 tens times 9, which will give me 72 tens, or 720. And 9 times 2 is 18. Now I'm going to take all those numbers and I'm going to add them up. So 3,600, 720, 18, add them up, 0, 0, and 8, 3, 3, carry the 1. So I have an answer of 4,300 and 38. So you can pause the video again, write down this example to help you out as you start to do your own 1 by 3-digit multiplication. So here's a model. Here's your turn. See if you can solve this multiplication problem, multiplying a 6 times 400 problem. So give it a shot right now. See if you can kind of use that chart to guide you and fill out that information that you have on your problem. And now it's your turn for 2 more problems. 4 times 236 and 3 times 273. Using that area model, see, can you solve those 2 problems? So pause the video and give it your best shot. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, feel free to write them down or share them out. Also, if you have any strategies that helped you that you can include as well, make sure you share those to help us all become better learners of this process. So thank you for another great lesson.